We live in quite the golden age, excluding copyright law and sexual inequality and the state democracy and the damage capitalism has done to society and rampant corporate greed and the fact that we don't have hoverboards. But excluding all those things, it's quite the golden time to live in, especially for board gamers. I mean, has there ever really been a time like this? Not just in the number of releases that we get, but in the quality of them. And this is the point, which is I'm very slowly getting to, is that this is not just for new games, but for old games as well. You see, keep finding people are dusting off the old classics and finding a market to be able to re-release them to a new and loving audience. And this wave of nostalgia, that can only be a good thing, right? This is Paco. All he has ever known is this island, these trees, and these golden sands. He has woken up to find his parents crying. The island is collapsing. For all of them, the world is essentially ending. They are surrounded by other people, other families who are all trying to escape certain doom. But before they can do anything, the land collapses under Paco's mother, causing her to fall into the sea. You can only watch as a shark appears and pulls her under, leaving nothing behind but now red water. He runs with his father to a boat, but there aren't enough boats, and they end up separated. Each boat moves away from what was once their home, towards what they hope is safety on the horizon. Paco doesn't know the people on his boat, so he fixes his gaze on the boat that his father is in. The whale comes out of nowhere and destroys it, leaving nothing behind. The strangers say nothing to Paco. No one says anything until they make it to the island. He is now safe. Alone, but safe. Then he hears something behind him and sees his father coming out of the water, saved by a friendly dolphin. They are together again as they watch what remains of their world slip beneath the surface of the ocean. And that's basically how you play the game. And it's basically unchanged since it was first released back in 1982. And that's for good reason. They got it right the first time. You don't need to mess around with the mechanics of this game. Everything that the game does, the way that it creates alliances across the board and then destroys them on the same turn, is of a quality that is rarely seen. Pretty much all the mechanics in this game are designed for you to mess with other people. Like taking a tile away can put an opponent's piece in the water, and on the back could be a shark, which means that person is now dead. With each roll of the die you can control one of the many sea creatures dotting the board, and you can use them to strike terror into your opponents. But is this just memory talking? The last time I played this game properly was back on one of those hazy summer childhood days with me and my cousin and a bottle of dandelion and burdock were drooling across the shores of this island. Just reading these instructions can evoke those kind of memories. So is this what I'm reviewing? Is it a memory? Is this why I'm willing to look past all the flaws in the game? Maybe. Maybe not. What I do know is that when I sit down to play this game, I'm in for a good time. And each time I will play it, I will make new memories because this is what this game does. It tells a story, but not one that involves characters dictated to you by the game, but between the players. Between you and that unnamed person who destroyed your boat when it was within touching distance of safety. Again. That's the true measure of a classic, the fact that it keeps on drawing in new players. If I were to pull out something like Ghost Castle, I'll put that on the table, I might get a similar kind of nostalgic feeling, but it will soon go back into the attic or maybe be buried into the back garden. Escape from Atlantis is a keeper.
Papa, we have made it to safety. Yes, my son, we are here in safety. We shall name this land after our forefathers. You mean Uncle Rico? No, Uncle Rico. He was a drug-dealing scum. We name this Carcassonne. Yeah, Carcassonne is a good name. What? Why Carcassonne? What? I don't understand why you call... It was just the name that came to my head. It is a good name for this land. A land we shall take for our own, Paco. Me and you shall... We shall move into this city here. and then we shall have fun in our city.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Todd.
Who is Todd, Papa? Todd?
Oui?
This is what I like to call an invasion. Merde!